This is homework 9 for my Year 11 Maths group. We'll look at question 1. We've got composite functions here. We have f of x, which is this function, and g of x. And you've been asked to find f of 2, g of f of minus 3, and so on. This last one here, I will give you a clue. You need to substitute the g of x function into the f of x function and just tidy things up there. You should be able to find the algebraic function f of g of x. Move on to question 2. You've got a quadratic and a linear, and you have to simultaneously solve them, and I have talked to you about this already, and again I'm going to give a clue. It's a substitution technique. You substitute one equation into the other and then try and solve it. It's quite awkward the way that those equations are written, so you may need to ask me for help if you are stuck. Question 3 is a question about question 2. What shape is this graph here? That's question 3. You could possibly draw that and then sketch the graph y plus 2x equals 6. If you're sketching a graph, you should really state the coordinates of the x and y intercept. That is a line. I will help you there. So it's a diagonal line. You need to draw it properly. To question 5. This topic's come up again. Significant figures. It's incredibly important. And decimal place rounding. Look back at how we did that on the last homework that we did a couple of weeks ago, and just see if you can keep your skills sharp on that topic. It is an important one. It comes up all the time at the end of questions. Question 6. As to the recurrence relation, you know all about these now, hopefully. You'll notice there's no rearranging to do. You've actually been given the recurrence relation and the initial value, and it's just your job to find x, 1, 2, 3 and 4. If you need to round them off, round them to a few decimal places and just be clear about what you've done. On to question 7. This is a slightly awkward one. You've got a coefficient of x squared here and you've been asked to complete the square. The problem is this 2 is in the way. I have given a hint that you can't divide by 2 because it doesn't equal 0. So what you actually need to do is factorise the 2 and then put it back at the end. You may need to look back in your book at that or come and see me for help. On to question 8. Sketching another type of graph. This is quadratic again, and be clear about your x and y intercepts and the minimum of that graph, please. I want the coordinates of the minimum. Question 9, and in fact 9, 10, 11, 12, they're all circle theorems. They're quite easy ones. So not only are you finding the angles, you are going to give me a reason for each one, please. A proper GCSE sentence telling me why your angle is the size that it is. That's it for this homework. Remember, the deadline's Friday, but you should really start this homework as soon as you can in the week, so if you get stuck, you've got plenty of time to find help.